y'all. Welcome to another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversation. I'm your host, Dominique Lovins, and I have former Cowboy, Tennessee Titan, New Orleans Saint, Herb Donaldson. What's up, baby?
It's a privilege to be here, and I'm so happy you brought the girls with you. You know, you got that pretty smile, and you bring them with you. You know, I'm here for it.
This is all for you, baby, because you know I had to, you know, you be like with the eyes and said all this. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna show up and show out for her today, you know, because he's my friend.
It's appreciated. It is appreciated.
Even though you did me dirty, we were supposed to be together, and you done fell in love with somebody else.
Whoa.
But it's okay.
Whoa!
I'm just playing, y'all. Herb is one of my like really good homeboys. I can call Herb anytime. And
took me to that beautiful rooftop in LA. That was the nicest time I'd have had out in LA, because I don't have too much fun. Like St. Louis fun ain't really LA fun.
It ain't LA fun.
That vibe, it was nice.
That's how you know I fuck with you, because everybody else I'd be like, oh, have a good time out here. But I was like,
what's funny is my boy Cam never been there. He was like, what's this? And he from there, grew up there, all of that.
Man,
Dom putting on.
Dom is, because you know I've been in some spaces and seen a lot of
that place
places.
Was beautiful. It was.
Yeah, we had fun that weekend, like, because because it was like hella random. You hit me up, I was like, oh, I'm here. I was like, all right, cool. One of my best friends was out here too, so we all just like, let's link. We going here, and that was it. Yeah. So you got to pull up again, because I got some other rooftops and other places. Y'all be telling me.
I'm in Detroit now. We ain't got no rooftops. Like it's wild. Like it makes St. Louis like lit. Cause my cousin, I'm like, what are rooftops? He like, and they got all this beautiful old real estate, big nice buildings. Nobody got a pool. Like none. And it's like they don't really use their rooftops like that. Nah, they built a couple where the nicest is a little club here, but the view is the parking garage for the dang on for the casino. I'm like, come on, man. It's lit. It go up. But I can show you a roof. Like they don't got the little pool parties we got in St. Louis. It's some room
y'all
for
be having pool
like
parties in St. Louis?
Yeah.
And let me not do that.
Yeah, they go down.
Where?
At the Ameristar. It's a little fake Vegas.
I don't think I ever been to the pool at the
every
Ameristar.
Sunday. Every Sunday. I don't know what happened with COVID, but
ain't nothing happened with COVID out there. You know, St. Louis was fully
open. You know, they shut it down. Like the casino was like jammed up. Like I said, that's why I ended up up here, because all the on-premise liquor got slapped. So
dang. Well, all I know is what I see on Instagram, and these niggas be out.
You from LA? You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Look, I know. I saw a video last night at the club, and it's a rooftop, but the amount of people, I immediately saw that shit. I got anxiety through. I said, see, this is why my black ass be at home. I don't know what's happening, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm in the comfort of my own home. I can respect that. Yeah. I went to the movies. I went to see Space Jam because my homegirl rented out a theater, and that shit was live. It was like 10 of us in there.
Yeah, that's
whole theater.
I'm the movie man, but they be offering that. It's only like $200 to rent out a whole thing, because since I've been going back to the movies, I haven't been in a sold out theater yet. Like the most. Yeah. Okay, I've been to the club. I've been wilding a little bit. As soon as
I know you had, because you light skin.
I've been having a good time. I'm brown skin, man. But
no, today you brown. Today you brown.
I've been brown skin this entire time. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, because you normally like you dark skin. You say, what you mean? I'm dark skin. I'm like, yo,
brown
daddy
is dark. Brown is dark.
So you think I'm dark skin?
No, you got a tan. That's all. You that little V or upside down V you got going. That's what you.
God, not the upside down V. Shut up.
But getting on a plane, because I'm a Southwest guy. I fly Southwest any and everywhere. And they had that middle seat where you couldn't sit in it during COVID. And that's when I got anxiety. I didn't know that it was over. And I was going to Atlanta for my birthday, and we was elbow to elbow, kids crying, people coughing. I'm like, that's when I was like, oh my God. But the club, I'm fine. I'm good. I like being in the club with elbow to elbow. But on that plane where I can't leave, even the bathroom is small, I was shook. I'm like, please let's hurry up and get to where we going.
Look, I'm at this point, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if they're gonna shut the shit back down. But this
It
new
looked like
strain,
they just Illinois, everything I think indoor, they just made, and that's one of the big places to start. And they start with the big places, then they go to the Missouris, the Michigans, and then next thing you know, Cali and New York, to be honest. So we'll see.
I don't know. I'm just like, look, I don't even want to talk about this.
But
what?
But I'm not arguing with nobody, but I got my shot, and that's when I started watching. When I got my shot, I was out here.
I got a shot. Okay, so I got the shot, and me and Chanel went out one night. And we went to the spot that I saw on somebody's story last night, but it was still, at that time, it was still
restrictions like, on capacity. Restrictions.
Yeah. Even that one night,
you just like wasn't with it.
The only way I could even get a drink was to be at somebody's table. And my homeboy be playing sometimes with me. And I was like, man, I'm you. All right, cool. So I had to like keep it cute. We had to go to this person's table. And that's a whole nother story where the nigga felt my gut and told me he liked it, but he would like anyway. So even being in that space and being close to people, you know what? I already kind of get anxiety in spaces like club. It was one time I was with Leah. I was like, I gotta go. My anxiety is like through, and this is years ago. But now,
COVID like, just kind of heightened that because you've been to yourself for so long. So
yeah, I'm like, I don't ever have to go back to look. Let's keep shit at 6 feet, and we can. If you could back and give me 50, I will take that. I will take that.
I don't mind the crowd, and like I said, that's why I was one of the. And because of my job, I work in such a public space. I get the flu shot every year, so just in case.
Well, I want to segue because I know you have a movie that you're trying to get to. Candyman, shout out to Yaya because you fine as fuck. So as an athlete, you experience a lot of things happening. It opens up another wormhole of access to women and potentially scandals I haven't heard anything about. Actually, I have heard a lot about you, but that ain't none of my business, though. I ain't the one to gossip. But in the recent weeks, we have seen a lot of things kind of like unravel and hit the forefront. More so in particular, the situation with PJ Washington and Bundle of Brittany.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. Niggas is offering prayers to him. We gotta pray for him for what?
Yo. Okay, time out. We gonna get to what you're saying, but I just have to interject, and I don't want to debate about it.
So as a journalism major, like me, you're not gonna let me do my whole intro.
My apologies. Okay, I just had something about the PJ.
All right, go ahead.
Everybody laughed at PJ, and you just said what you just said. Prayers for what? He made a decision, right? Ain't nobody make him do that.
Nobody made him shoot up the club.
Again, I don't want this to go left, but we don't see him as a boy, right? We see him as a man that made a bad decision, correct?
We don't get there because I feel like we might be on the same page. Well, like I said,
because I don't want to argue.
We might be on the same page when it comes
everybody want to treat my girl with kid gloves and say she's a little girl and immature, and it's okay for her to do everything that she's doing when she gave up on her race. As traumatic as that was with her mother, we all rally behind her about, that's not a performance enhancer. You shouldn't take away her dreams because of that. But all this that happened after, that's her digging her own hole.
Yeah.
But the people that defend her at this point are saying she's a girl, she's a kid, she's immature. But we're not giving that same grace to PJ Washington.
No, we can talk about that too.
A bad chick that put him in a situation where he looks like a clown, but everybody's at this circus having a good time, but they feel a type of way. You can't talk about Sha'Carri. Nah. Love black women, uplift black women. Well, I just need that same energy. So, back to your intro, ma'am.
So since we're here, I would say this about Sha'Carri. Whatever, I think it's Sha'Carri.
Yeah, I'm not Carrie or Carrie. I'm not sure. It's two R's throwing me off.
Yeah. I think So I think she did say Sha'Carri. I will say I feel like what's happening to her is something that is similar to what has happened to Kanye West. Now, I think that in this case, we can see it and we can spot that because she's grieving. Mm-hmm. Grief shows up in different ways and forms. So
and
because
kids gonna lash out on the internet.
Yeah.
Kanye did it too, but Kanye, not as we see her minute by minute doing things. So it's a little different.
It's definitely different. And whereas, you know, when even Alice and Felix like said that, hey,
that was happened. My big thing. Whoa.
So that was so that's when I knew. So that's when I knew. I was like, okay, mentally, you are not in the space. You need to. Where's your publicist? Because you need to go dark. But just like
everybody, I see that a lot. She needs PR. She needs PR. You know, when you 21, and one thing that I will say to separate the PJ Washingtons of the world from the Sha'Carris of the world is professional men, especially in the NBA and NFL, have much more. They make you sit down and go to these symposiums. I don't know that they do that for the Olympians, but I know that they invest time and money into the rookies and the young players when it comes to the NBA and NFL. So it's a few things that they're gonna do a little different.
Yeah, I think that it's kind of like artist development. I think artist development needs to come back because.
And I don't know if they treat her as a professional or amateur. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know what resources they give her besides saying that she can make money.
Yeah, and just run. And so I think the issue is that people were kind of praying for her downfall when she ran against Jamaica just a little bit. And I only say that to say, and I'm because before like when it was announced, it was like very sudden, and then people was like, oh, she's gonna lose to them because they did this, they did that. It wasn't like, oh, we rooting for her. Everything I saw on my timeline, even if I searched like, oh, this relay, everything that I saw was, at least on the state side, was all negative. And I know that they were saying, oh, well, she made comments in the Olympics. I'm like, okay, that's people are gonna say stuff.
Yeah.
But it was also
just because you're famous don't mean that you can't have an opinion.
Yeah. And and I think, but then also you look at it from our standpoint because we have the actual training. So I think that and I was explaining this to somebody else. They were like, oh, why do you want to be famous? I said, no, I don't want to be famous. I don't have to be famous. I would like the money, the access to be able to do certain things. I was like, but if I get to that point or when, because it's coming, I would know how to navigate those spaces because I have media training, I have PR training, I have ethics training, I have media law training. And we understand that at some degree, there are certain things that you kind of forfeit when you become a public figure. And there's certain things that you just can't say.
Listen, I don't have a blue check on Twitter because I remember when they was giving out blue checks with the Titans. I was like, no, I like being as ridiculous as I want to be. And because y'all going to be held accountable for some silly shit I said. So no, don't give me no blue check. I'm just Pilot Talk 314. I'm not of the NFL, of the Titans, of the whoever. Nope. I'm just funny ass dude from St. Louis. That's who I am. So like you said, you give that up when you now do. It's, you know, you can't post your kids when you famous like that. I love posting my kids, and I don't get trolls and look at that little ugly baby. I wish somebody would. Like that's what comes with fame. Yeah. I'm not looking for that.
And it's like I was explaining to somebody else, I just was like, you know, it's at the end of the day, like when you really enter that realm, like you're a business. So it's just like you're a business, you're a brand. So if you haven't,
them tweets need to be corporate.
Yeah, I was like, you don't get to have a bad day. You don't get to go online. I've already gone. Every so many months I go through and I like search my name and then maybe put like a celebrity or a person's name to see if I have said anything. Because like I'm scrubbing. I went through, started scrubbing my Twitter. You know, just if any minute thing could just be taken out of context, I don't want to have that conversation and be apologizing.
Yeah, no, that's wild. Them this you tweets that be from 2014. It's like, whoa, bro.
And
what's wrong with y'all?
It is, and it's just like, you know, because like Sha'Carri has even said things about Lil Nas X. Like that's just the big uproar at the moment. And
a dude to find that months later.
Yeah.
I need that energy when it was relevant.
Yeah.
Now you just put, now that's, I do have a problem with stuff like that. You just sprinkling salt and it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah. So I'm just like, at this point, I feel that you just have to be, because what happened at Rolling Loud with the baby, that should not even happen in 2021. Why the fuck do you care if somebody is sucking dick in the parking lot? Are you trying to get your dick sucked in the parking lot? Like, there's just certain things that I just don't. I'm like,
where? Well, that's a problem in general. Is why you worried about it?
Why? And
that's a big issue for everybody.
Yes, and I'm like, y'all love minding the business that don't fucking pay y'all, and you're saying, but then you put out this weird apology, doubling down on what you said, to have a publicist come in to make a post saying like a formal apology, and then for you to turn around and delete it. So I don't like shit like that. And so I just feel like a lot of people, if you are going to be in that industry and of that world, like there are certain things that come with it. And I think a lot of times, like these young kids, like you know how it was when we was at that age, you couldn't tell me shit.
Yeah, of course. Like, and that's the thing. We're talking, I don't know if we can say your age, man, but
I'm 35. I'm about to be 35 in February.
Listen, I'm 30. I'm gonna be 36 in December. So I got a lot of life experience, and I always put experience as a huge component when it comes to anything. Like me at 21, retarded. 25, even maybe even dumber. Hey, you can't say the
R word, man.
My bad. See, I thought at 35, I thought I could say what I wanted to say. My bad.
No.
21, not making good decisions. 25, making even more ridiculous decisions because I got a little more money than I did at 21. 30, yeah, you know, a little grown, but still having a good old time. So experience is such a undervalued thing, and something that we don't, when we do point them fingers at them younger individuals, come on, bro, you got to let these kids be kids, bump their heads, because that's the biggest part of experience, is knowing what not to do because you did the wrong thing before.
Yeah, I think that I don't think it's necessarily our job, especially when it comes to, you know, like sexuality and things like that. I'm like, because you know, like it's kind of like you might be dealing with something on your own, and I'm not saying that whatever, but I feel like a lot of times when we end up in these spaces, it's people that's like having inner battles and they're projecting. As far as Sha'Carri goes, I just feel that she needs some sort of grievance counselor or something, because even the like Sandals offered her like a free trip to Jamaica, and they was like, you need to rest, like you need to not think about any of this shit, because they could see the spiral. I don't think we have enough people like reaching out to people when we see like things like this. We just allow people to crash and burn, and I think that we sometimes get in this space of we build people up to tear them down, because just a few months
and that's a point I made to a friend of mine, that again, it's different with female athletes just not being compensated, along with it being Olympic. I hold a professional football player to an entirely different set of standards, because I know the resources that they have, and I don't know Sha'Carri's at all. Like I have no idea if they have grief counseling for Olympians or Olympic athletes out of the United States, or if she can go to LSU and they'll help her, what her amateur versus professional status does to her and her resources. But I know that it's so many things that can help NBA or NFL guy, where it's like, come on, man, I know that they put you in this counseling and blah, 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 blah. And I know that you can call so-and-so. And, you know, everybody deals with things differently, but I don't think that she has it at her fingertip as much as she needs people to pour into her cup because of what she does and who she is.
Yep. That is absolutely true.
But that's what bothered me about my girl, Felix, with her kind of feeling a type of way about her, because she might not, she old as us. She 34, 35, so she don't know you. Like you probably had her poster up, and for her to not know you and to say something like, hey, you know, we need to help her out. Well, you should have told me to my face. chill out, baby. Chill out.
I'm like, but like I said, grief, misplaced anger. These are all the signs. Like I said, this is about to be another Kanye West situation, and it don't need to be. So it's just like, we always said to him, like, well, where the fuck are his friends? Like, where are the people that fuck with him or did well? But we also don't know what happened behind closed doors and what he could have said and how he could have lashed out.
And that's the thing. That's the big thing with her is I feel like she feels like she's in a corner.
Yeah.
And that's why she's not lashing out just walking down the street. I feel like she's back against the wall and she like, get up off me. So, like I said, I want her to do better. I want her to log out of her Twitter, take some deep breaths and do better.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, if you need a publicist, call me. I gotta, I have a space on my roster for somebody.
Get her on here, man. Yeah. Let her voice her grievance.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, come on. Welcome to Whiskey Sour Libation.
She need one of them.
Man, I made some whiskey today with some Truly. It's interesting. It's not terrible. I'm not a hard seltzer type of chick, but I was like, okay, well, I'm out of ginger.
Is it a vodka seltzer?
Well, I don't know.
Because you might be wilding if you put some whiskey with some vodka that's flavored. That's what it sounds like you did, but I don't know. I'm gonna let you enjoy that Cali living.
I mean, I had nowhere to go tonight. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I bring you here today because, like I said, we were talking about PJ and Brittany Renner, and everything that's been happening with them and their relationship, I guess, dissolving. I guess he came home one day and the nigga was gone with the baby, which is very terrible, by the way, y'all. That is not funny. Like, let people see their kids, especially if they want to be there for their kids. Like, we have enough bullshit going on in our community. Like, let niggas be fathers. And that's all I got to say about that. But it was this huge thing saying that he has to pay her out $200K a month. We don't know what the cost is. We just know she was gone. She's saying certain things to Kat. But whatever. With that being said, what is falling under the radar is another situation.
It ain't under the radar. It's just because it's hockey.
Well, that's what I was about to
That's
get
what
to.
it is. Yeah,
because
it's just hockey.
Now, let me tell you how I know Evander Kane. Because Evander Kane, I was at Escuela out here one day and they had hockey playing. And I was like,
you done found you one?
Who
getting
is
your Brittany Renner on?
No, I wasn't trying to, if he said what's up, I was gonna holler back. But I was like, oh, he's cute. Ain't he black? Okay. So very attractive hockey player. And I mean, no shade. People like him date girls that look like me. Or at least take them seriously. Because now
you take all y'all seriously. Oh yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so now he is in the midst of a huge scandal. His now estranged wife had made accusations that he was betting against his own games, throwing games, all these different things. But to top it off, there is now someone that has circulated or came out of the woodwork, out of the darkness, saying that he owes her, he was supposed to pay her $2 million for having what is now a third abortion.
The one thing that I never got clarity on was it $2 million for one, or like the total sum of 3 abortions costing $2 million?
So he paid her for the first 2 abortions when I did a little digging. So okay. I want y'all to look up Evander Kane because the motherfucker's fine.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, the story is amazing. Like,
so when you posted it, I was like, wait a second, what? So I went to
Chop Kane.
Yes. So he had paid her for the first abortion and then the second abortion. And then this time, in order, he, said, hey, I need you to terminate this pregnancy, because clearly, I guess at this time, this happening, he was still happily married. Mm-hmm. And they had just finally had a child because she had lost, this was like their rainbow baby.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Do you know how old he is?
Evander Kane is what he is fine. Okay, hold on. Evander. He is light skinned. Yeah,
he is light skinned.
He like you. He like tan like you.
Nah, I'm brown.
Evander is 30. Oh shit, he was born in
Okay.
91. Ooh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so now so he has, but he also makes it, it's a little different. But sometimes they lean toward because he played hockey. That's all I'm gonna say. So with that said, so now this girl has had a third abortion, and she was supposed to be guaranteed $2 million. The first were, I think one of them was like a 5-digit number. Then the second abortion was like kind of into the 6 figures. Now this one, she's supposed to get $2 million.
This was $2 million just for the third.
For the third. I think he's also filed some sort of
I wish
bankruptcy.
I had me a coochie, so I can give me some money.
I hate you. See,
men can't do that. I can't get paid.
But it's also,
I can't get paid.
You can't, but it's also like at this 3 times, nigga.
This the thing. Once I pop, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what is it to go get another one? And especially after 2, I don't got a problem getting a third.
After 2, I'm sorry.
That's wild.
I'm thinking about like.
I know you did a deep dig, bro. Was she really pregnant like that 3 times, bro? Because that's what I'm starting to be like. The stupidity on your end, sir.
Well, she presented the paperwork, whether it was altered or not. She presented him with the paperwork saying that she had gotten the abortion.
That's crazy. Well, I'm sure it was an NDA then if he did all of that. So he probably ruined it by just not paying that young lady.
Yeah. It might have been, or maybe it's like you said, like, because we had a whole conversation about this. And which is why I was like, oh, we talking about PJ being stupid. Let's talk about Evander Kane.
Well, now it's like, okay, so is it stupid when they talking about he gonna pay $200,000 a month, even though I know that number is inaccurate?
Yeah.
$200,000 a month versus $2 million. Get it out of here. Is he stupid, or is this a better fiscally responsible decision?
I mean, yes, you are absolutely correct.
I get to keep my wife and get you out of here.
But here's the thing.
But clearly he don't want to be out of here since it's his 3rd time. That's why it's like, the stupidity is.
It's on both of their levels. Because I'm thinking.
No, I don't feel like she's doing nothing. Besides, of course, she's sleeping with a married man. She not taking advantage of him. He's in her.
But here's the
whatever
thing.
But
it's like you said. It's like you continuously are fucking with this chick raw.
He told her that his wife understand. You know what I'm saying? She was cool with it.
So it's just I think that I hate you. I think it's on both of their ends. Like I think
this is
because to me at this point, if
you can't make a baby without 2 people, and for 3 times,
yes,
that's crazy.
It is crazy. It is detrimental to man.
Do that thing work? Because that's probably why he ain't paid. It's like, man, you can't. I don't know nobody had 3 abortions. So that's probably what he said.
Me neither, but if bitches out here using that shit
as this really a baby in there.
But look, if people be using that shit as a form of like birth control, and I'm like, that is not what abortion is.
But that's the thing. If you really doing all of that with that young lady, bro, just had on plan B's just on deck. Like, hey man, I don't know about yesterday. Take that. Like that's. But again.
Listen, but how you think is how I think. Like I be having plan B's on deck for me and my homegirls just in case. Cause I'm like, well, like I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm not ready to be a mama yet. Like I know, yes, by the time I have a child, it's a geriatric
better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't know if it's like for her, like, ooh, I know he shot the club up last night. This number finna go up this time. Like I don't know if that's her. Or they got her for real relationship where, you know what I'm saying, there's more than that. And they go on trips and, his wife understands. I don't know.
I think the most bizarre thing to me is just like we said, it's number 3. At this point, it's like
3 strikes, man.
Yeah, I think at this point, like if you have a NDA if that's what you signed, I'm like, yo, just let the bitch have the fucking kid. Like, play that shit off. It's a lot of niggas out here that got hidden kids.
Bro, you know the excuses I would have had. You know, we just lost so many kids. I didn't want to cry in front of you. She was there for me. Things happened.
And honestly, at this point, I'm just like, I get number one.
Bro, 3 is crazy. It really
3 is crazy. And I'm a pro-choice type of bitch. Like, I don't get what you do with your body is what you do, but I'm just like, 3. The clinic should have told you, no, you gonna have to go to it's gonna be for color girls.
Disguise.
She was gonna have to like play that shit off, because I think 3 is very excessive, and they should have been like, no sis, like that is not happening here. We can't do that. She should have just had the kid, and he just, hey, pay me this amount, make sure I'm good, my kid good, we good. I ain't gonna say shit.
But you said his money was looking funny, so I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, and a lot of times when people file bankruptcy, a lot of times
it's just to hide some assets, and
yeah, and so, but I'm like, you shouldn't have. First of all, you shouldn't have said you was gonna get a bitch $2 million.
$2 million.
Because
hey,
the
listen,
homegirl.
Listen, after I paid her
shit
for 2 abortions, it gotta be some crazy sauce down there for me to come back for round 3. It's gotta be crazy.
3.
Like, I'm not coming back. If we was in the 6 figures for the second abortion, I'm not coming back.
Yes.
I'm gonna find somebody that, you know what I'm saying, maybe they more understandable for 20 grand.
I'm trying to find.
You have to make fiscally responsible, kind of like, nah, like this is crazy.
And it's just the fact that now, like, they even gonna like look into this shit. Like, he probably gonna have to pay that shit out. And it's just like,
she broke the NDA. Keep the baby, bro. Where the baby at? What baby? I never saw ultrasound. I don't know.
I never saw anything. And I just think that, and it's not like it's just like some random girl. Like, this is like an Instagram model. Like, she has a following, all that stuff. So it's not like it's just, I'm just saying, like, I don't understand. Okay, if you're not going to use a condom, and I don't want to even talk about what could come with just the sexually transmitted diseases. But you could have a kid. Like, vasectomies are reversible, or it's like, nigga, use a spermicide. Like, do what you need to.
It's too many ways to not have especially
a kid.
When you are in the situation he was in.
Mm-hmm.
He trying to have a baby by his wife, and I mean, bro, you already had 2 babies by this girl, 2 abortions by this girl. So between you and her, it's a match made in hell. So come on now,
because like, you don't want to even
different. Do something different.
Like, that, like, when it comes to fucking in that moment, does it just happen that quick in the blink of an eye, where it's just like, fuck it, I'm going in raw? Because the niggas I be dealing with, and it's not that I'm out here trying to trap niggas either. Like, I don't want no kid at the moment. Like, I do have fairy tale dreams of like having a kid one day, having a family, but does it just, like, walk me through that process? I should not be asking your black ass this.
I think I'm a good person to have this conversation with.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But nah, before you broke my heart, and things that went left, things just happen though. To be honest though,
you just living a double life, my guy.
It'd be like, it's like you go from being however old you are, it's like minus 10 years when you in that thing. Especially if that thing's slapping. Because if it ain't slapping, it's like, man, I'm a back, stomach, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Even after you made the terrible decision to do this, raw, it's like, back, stomach, whatever, I'll be all right. But when that shit slapping, like, man, I probably got about 5 left before this shit explodes. And maybe it happens at 4, maybe you like, fuck it. She pretty, she got nice teeth, she got a good job. Who
So
knows? I don't know.
How my homeboy explained it to me. Okay, I hate you. He said, you want to count to 10, but at 8,
pull that thing out. But that's the thing. When that shit be crazy, it be like.
But then it's like
you didn't count it to 12. You knew what
so,
you was doing and you counted to 12. So the shit be crazy.
But it's like, okay, so with that said, okay, so if that happens, it's like, okay, go get a plan B. Because plan B is like 85% effective.
I'm super on that, but like I promise, I do not remember making a child that looks just like me. I'm like, I didn't did the dates. I'm like, hey man, what was I doing on February? Like, I don't know when, but the little person looks just like her dad. Like, well, you know what? I hope I enjoyed it, because clearly I was drunk, because I don't remember doing it. I would rather remember going crazy in it. But
Twice.
Growth. You see, hey, growth. I got I have 2 7-year-olds, and I ain't got nothing in between. I'm over that. Okay, I've grown past that. That part of my life is in the rearview.
Them kids are 7 now.
Man, they're gonna be 7 in November.
Okay, not today. Not today. I'm not today. So I hear you. I understand you. I've been in situations where I've, be like, yeah, come and me. But
no, the sauces just will take it. Now, if you making babies sober, you a wild boy. And now I'm gonna leave that at that. Like you really wild, because you know what the fuck is going on. Yeah. Me, like, shit is lit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I pull it out of time. Maybe it's a little something left in there.
Sober men say
them niggas wild.
Say things to me, and I'm just like,
when I'm sober, I'll be like, nah. I didn't pay. Well, and you know what? Again, experience. I didn't pay for preschool. Fuck that shit. I'm good.
Twice.
Listen, double time. I'm good. I don't want to do that. But it'd be funny. I'll be telling, like, my homeboy having another baby. He like, how was it having 2, bro? I've only ever had 2.
Not our friend.
Yeah, not the one like that. Yeah.
No, because their old niggas was mad. They thought that nigga had another kid. I saw that shit. I was cracking up.
That ain't his baby. No.
I know. Yeah. I know.
I'm like, bro, I've only had 2. You know what I'm saying? We go to Six Flags together. It ain't take one and have. No, I always got both. So I've only raised 2 children. I don't know how it is to have one little person.
Okay. I'm glad you're responsible and you take care of your children. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, but we know niggas. And
yeah, no pats on the back for just doing what I'm supposed to. Yeah, no pats on the back for that.
Yeah, so I'm just still stuck at the 3 abortions, okay?
It's nuts. Like I said, for you to not learn, you know how
you might be a little.
I don't know if you got whoopings because you were a girl, but I never got a whooping for. Listen, when I was the oldest and I was a boy, I never got a whooping for the same thing 3 times. Like, nah, no.
Have I got a whooping for the same thing?
3 times?
Not 3 times. You know, my mouth be getting
3 times. Listen, like but it ain't the same mouth. This is the same mouth. Yeah. Every time. God, so Lord knows what this nigga's doing in his other part time.
Yeah.
Cause goddamn.
No, but that's the thing. It's just like you can't be that dumb, but then you see like people be that dumb. I mean, apparently the nigga is betting. Rich people problems, and just like I said, like he's supposed to be betting on his games.
All right, but at the same time, we'll laugh and look crazy at somebody who got 5 kids by the same pole husband or boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So same locked up dude. So it's the shit happens. The shit happens more than we like.
Those bitches are dumb and digmatized, okay? And those niggas have to throw bomb dick because they ain't got shit else to offer. That's all.
Bro, he's very good at what he does.
And that's all he got to offer is bomb dick. Because a lot of times I had this conversation with my mom. I was like, a lot of times attractive men, if they can fuck good, you're lucky. But a lot of attractive men don't know how to fuck because they've used their looks to get over in
well,
life.
listen, that's you. It's not too many pretty women that get nasty down there. Cause I be like, oh, you just cute, and niggas just be fucking you. Like, nah, I need you to spit on that thing a little bit. So what's up? But you just cute, so you don't use that. And I'm like,
well, see, here's
nah.
the thing though. But here's the thing. Okay, so when it comes to things like that, I don't believe in doing that to everybody. And but that's
for sure.
because I feel and people
but
like,
I feel like I'm not everybody. So I'm like, what we doing here? You just want me to throw this thing in? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like kiss me. Kiss me.
I'm nasty. Give me nasty kisses. I enjoy that. I love it.
Okay.
So that's why I don't just be hitting
ladies,
everybody.
if you're
I
listening,
like
these are the things that Herb needs
I like to kiss. So
I like to kiss.
I ain't never just hit. If you not kissing her while you hitting her, that's weird to me.
Like, so you've never been in a situation where a chick wouldn't kiss you?
Some of them kiss bad, and I don't know if it's like, is this me? But I don't know. But like some kiss bad, but never not kiss.
I've been in situations where I have not been kissed, and it's just the weirdest thing to me. And
it's so weird.
It's like I said, did my hair fall flat? You know, did like what happened? I was like, okay, so this is a no for me for round 2. Like, you gotta leave, and I'm too old. Like, and this was a while ago. But that's when I knew I'm like, okay, these are the things I need. Even if this is just going to be a hookup, potentially like a one-time thing. Like this
I
is
feel
what
like
I need.
It's a seldom used word, but that's part of the intimacy that I like. And again, you can't just do it with everybody. Yeah. But because I just don't do it with everybody, oh, we kiss. Yeah. It's happening.
Yeah, and that's how I'm like, this. So, and I just feel like when that happened, I really feel like a doormat.
I wouldn't say doormat. Some niggas really is weird like that. Like, you would be surprised at the shit that you heard. You'd be like, nigga, what? You don't do what? You don't. All right, bro.
But you know what? I knew a dude that wouldn't eat the box, but he always wanted his dick sucked. And I was like, so you don't think that that's strange that you want somebody to add on this extra layer for you, but then you're not reciprocating that? And so he was like, no, like I never had to. I was like, and that's why you're in the situation that you're in right now. Cause like bitches love that. It's not my forte for real. Like I try to compromise during like sex a little bit. So if that's something like somebody likes to do, and I've had it from young men, older men, middle-aged men, it's just not my steez. And I tell people that. But I was like, if that's something you like, I'm gonna give you a few minutes. And let's move on to the next thing and keep it moving. But I was like, so much makes sense about you when it comes to dating and the problems that he was having. And at least I'm a real friend, and I told him to do better. That had shit to do with me.
Mm-hmm. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, but I just, no, you can't, no. Sidebar, I have another question. So we talking about money and cheating. And I'm not sending a prayer for PJ. I'm just not. I think that because
you don't send a prayer up, but my thing with that was I just need the same energy. That's all I was saying. Yeah. No, if you think he's a dummy, cool, but you can't be like, no, protect Black women.
No, I think that the conversation needs to be
if he's a clown, she's a clown.
Ain't she like our age?
Who? Oh no, I think she's closer to 30 and he's closer to 20. Like I think he's 21 maybe. I know he went to Kentucky. Them boys, his freshman, sophomore year, they out. So he ain't no more than 21, 22.
Oh, that's not her name. Brittany Renner. What's this girl name?
Brittany Renner.
So I always get confused because I was like, no, that's the basketball
But player. The thing that makes him a joke is that she said all these things.
Yeah.
I am this. This is what I'm looking for.
Well, and it's weird because I feel like at first she was trying to play it like,
she played him. Yeah, she played him for sure, but he played himself by thinking that it was.
Yeah, so she's 27.
She ain't that old thing. It ain't like she's 32.
I thought she was. Yeah, I thought she looked. She ain't her, but that ain't my business. But I think that I feel like people are saying that, oh, his OGs, like the people on the team, people should have told
Yeah,
him.
no, and now I
was
don't know
like,
what kind of relationship he had with his father. Fuck them
yeah,
teammates.
yeah,
Nigga, tell this boy to get the fuck on from this girl.
yeah.
If you can't
That's what
see
I
it,
was gonna
then
say.
you
I'm like,
just
where
as
your
big a
dad?
fool as him. So
Yep.
yeah, it ain't. I'm not putting that. Of course, that's a bond. Them the people that you work with that you see every day.
Yeah.
Hey man, big homie. But honestly, there ain't too many big homies on that particular team. He don't
Yeah.
play with LeBron. He don't got no 15-year vet. He got Gordon Hayward. What he know about fucking on Instagram girl? So
He might
come on now.
know. It's Gordon Hayward. He
Nah,
had a good season.
no, do you know? Nah, that's he was in Utah married for his whole career. He ain't
Okay,
no shit.
look.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't
Well,
talking about
yeah. So, but I mean,
his ball.
yeah. So yes, it is different. But breaking news that Dell Curry and Sonya
Yeah,
Curry
that's
are
crazy.
separated
That's
after
crazy.
what, 30 years of marriage,
But
32 years?
she, from what I read, she filed for divorce.
Yes.
He said she was cheating. I'm like,
Yes.
and you know
With
how
with
you
they
don't know nothing.
homeboy. Yeah.
You see them at all the games, in all
Uh-huh.
the jerseys, holding hands, kissing, crying together, smiling together, cheering together. And they talking about this shit been going on since when?
Right.
Come on,
But
bro.
then her countersuit is saying, well, he had been cheating on me pretty much his entire NBA career.
Listen.
So at
If
30,
I bring home the money, what do you do for a living? Tell me, Mrs. Curry.
I think men underestimate the idea of being a mother and a stay-at-home mom. Because you remember
For sure. He put what? It's three of them? Three Curry kids?
Yeah.
It's a boy. I mean, it's two boys and a girl, right?
It's
I mean, and
Seth,
that's real. I'm just now
Steph,
that's
and
just talking
Sadell.
crazy, but especially back then, because now I don't expect no woman to just cook and clean and like, oh man, you took off that's such a labor of love because I can't wash my clothes or cook for us. I feel like that's bullshit. But back then, and him being a for real, I'm on the road 41 nights. I'm in an opposing city, blah blah blah. That's different. That's a totally different. I think that's where a lot of people get lost, especially in them Twitter debates. That lifestyle ain't got nothing to do with you. You're not away from your family and your kids and your woman for however many nights a year and in all these different cities. You don't make this much money where she don't have to work. So let's reel that in. But
you know that studies have shown that even if she was just a stay-at-home mom, mm-hmm. that workload is equivalent to 2 full-time jobs.
I didn't read that. And the only thing that I would disagree on, and this is from experience, not talking on my ass, is the older they get, the less that they depend on you. So yeah, when they very little, them kids up at whenever they want to be up, feed me, clean me, get this shit off my ass, get me a new pamper, give me a pacifier, wham. That shit is like, oh my God, like that. Being a daddy taught me so much patience that I had none before. But 7 and 6-year-old children that I had, they on their phones. They'll let me know when they hungry. Let's go to the pool. Let's go to Six Flags. That's it. They don't need me for nothing. So all of that 2 workloads, nigga, please.
I beg to differ. I think that we now live in a space of
totally different now. Yeah, and I can only speak
say,
on being a daddy since 2014. Lord knows what they were doing in '94. I don't know.
Yeah, so
they couldn't just turn on the Sega and go.
Yes, so I really hate you. I was gonna say that I think that now we live in a space because we see people multitask a lot, but they have access to like certain things that we don't have, which is probably like a nanny that gives you this like window or opportunity to maybe.
So you saying she didn't have 2 full hours? She had enough time to cheat for 30 years.
I don't think that gave her space to cheat. If this is true, but I'm just saying that if she's saying that he was clearly there was something lacking in their relationship, where even where he was led astray, you know, like, and I get it, like athletes, y'all have access to pussy, like
But
on a
it,
regular.
all pussy ain't good pussy. Two,
I know
you
that,
gotta
just
be
like all
looking
good.
for it sometimes too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't always
I think it's but
just
see,
because it's there. You know, it's like we got. I don't know if you heard the phrase like camp eyes. Everything be looking cute when you didn't just been around 100 men for the last month. It's like I'm just trying to get into whatever I can get into.
okay.
Nah, I'm not. I've always been a quality over quantity guy. Me personally, it is some people that's just completely horn dogs. If she cute and she like me, it's happening. I'm not really into that. But
Hmm.
Dale Curry is a handsome man, an established NBA guy, where I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure that he had this access that you're talking about. But that doesn't mean that just because it's there, you're gonna do it. Because I've always felt like, and this is a big thing for me, like when it comes to cheating and all that, why cheat when you could just be single?
Yeah, I'm a huge advocate for that, but I feel like sometimes people are a little narcissistic and
They want to have their cake and eat it too,
yeah,
for
they want to,
sure.
because it's like this weird control, and I think that, and I was
But that's
explaining,
where and that's where I was going with the he bringing home the bacon.
yeah,
Well, bitch, leave. That's what a nigga gonna be like. Well, bitch, leave. Well, you gonna
yeah,
say that when I got 3 kids and we've been married and this is all I know and I haven't had a professional career because and now what you gonna do? Exactly. Sit your ass
yeah,
down and I'm gonna be more discreet about this shit moving forward. And that's the
yeah,
way I wouldn't want my daughters to be in that situation where you depend on a man, not because you're lazy, but because he done made you feel discomfortable where you don't know how
yeah,
to fend for yourself.
yeah,
No, I don't want that for you. I don't want that for nobody.
yeah. No, I think the issue is a lot of times too is just that, like, you get people that are wowed by what comes with that. And there are certain people that men know that they can get over. Like, I live in LA, and the what was that? What was the you made this face? And you know, I've been on like in a lot of spaces, been on different dates with people, and like the conversation, it's always that they're surprised that I'm educated. So I'm like, what? So it's just like, oh shit,
Are
like
these
I
transplants or are these people from LA?
mainly transplants, like I said, like it's not, some of them are
That's weird
not.
because why would you be out there if you're not educated?
Well, a lot of times people think that people just trying to fuck to get on, and or they just trying to fuck somebody for money to have like certain access to things, but it's not always
Well,
like
you
that.
know what? You being attractive might play into that thing.
Yeah, I mean, but that's also not fair, but it happens.
Yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
know
Yeah.
that comes with it, but it's just like, you know, you want, because I'm like, I want to show up as like my true self, you know, like
Yeah.
I know I'm funny, I know I have all these, but then like I get friends on, you know, like nobody wants to, they don't
You
like,
overqualified for this job, man.
I am hella overqualified. So single. Somebody slide my DMs because they be dry as fuck. And nobody believes me when I say that. But it's just that I think that men know, because it's just like how we pick up on energies with people. And you know, you might say this, but your body language is saying something else. And
Yeah.
so I think a lot of times, like men know, like they can smell, you know, yeah, you might be attractive, but they can smell that insecurity like miles
Woo, I
away.
got
And
a
so they
partner that's
know.
like a insecurity ham. The
Yeah.
shit that he puts women through, I'm like,
Yeah. Cause
but you know,
he knows
it's
that
crazy.
he
They be
can.
they be cute. They be cute. They be overqualified. They be like, yeah, be. But you know, like I said, that insecurity, it'll make
It's
a
a
fool of
motherfucker.
them. It's
It's
crazy.
a motherfucker. And I get a lot of grief a lot of times for being confident. You know, like I've had men say, "Oh, I didn't think you would talk to me," just solely based on this alone, and like having like high self esteem. I'm like, well, that's just
But
how I was
are
raised.
they intimidated by it or they just not used to it?
I think it's a little bit of both. I have had men say that they are intimidated by me, and I've had men flat out just be like, because of how confident I was,
He didn't know
because
what
the
to
way that
do.
I cared, they didn't know. Like I
Yeah.
had a guy, we'll talk offline about that. But like a guy literally, like when it came to, we were talking about physical intimacy, and it like he was taken aback because I was running the show. And in his mind, like he was young and associated that with, I might sleep with a lot of guys. And it's nothing like that at all. It's just like,
I just know what the fuck I want.
Yeah, but a lot of times men are not taught that sex is supposed to be pleasurable for both parties, which is why we also have that high number of women, 85% not having orgasms during intercourse with men. So it could go both ways, but I just feel like it just, man.
That onion is, that is another. That onion is, it's a big one with a lot of layers.
Yeah. So here, welcome to my world. I let you in a little bit. Hope you enjoyed the
Hopefully
show.
them DMs, they get up to sprinkling in.
They not.
But see, I don't know. I'm just the opposite, I guess, of what you was talking about. I like a challenge. I like confident, because I'm a competitor. So I like confident because it brings out the best in everybody involved. So that's me.
That's also like why we're like really at the end of the day, like, it was kind of like a little flirting going on, but we like ended up just being really dope friends because it was just like, oh, we on the same level, we get it, we can joke, we can whatever. But no,
you were just out of town. I would have.
By her. Do you want anybody to follow you on social media? Because you gotta
Pilot Talk 314, the one and only. No dots, no underscores. It's not Pillow Talk. It's Pilot Talk. Because I talk that fly shit from St. Louis. Let's fucking go.
Folks, listen, don't he sound like Nelly a little bit? Yeah, I was like, he kind of sound like Nelly, whatever. Y'all, don't forget to buy some candles. Saint-Angelus.com.
See you next weekend for my candle.
Yeah, I'm bringing some. I'm about to whip
Super.
Up event. Okay.
Super.
Well, it's 6 cents. So you want all 6?
Is this do one smell like you? Like what we got going on? We'll talk offline, like you said.
The $40 one, La Partition, might smell like me, cue Beyonce. But no, y'all, thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, and share with everybody. And I'll see y'all here next week. Peace.